I want to talk about everybody else now. This is their video. The other videos for Miss Robinson. May she rest in peace. I want to talk about these other people, okay? And I want to say that these are beta males, right? Females, FE/MALES, females, beta females, cucks. I'm pretty sure they're members of the academy. There's no masculinity anywhere in sight, and you can hear the guy in the, the guy is actually in the room when she's being murdered. When she's being murdered, you hear this effeminate guy imploring her, you know, disingenuously, to get up and fight when she obviously cannot fight. And somehow they've come into the room or they've removed her clothing. Yes, I want to keep going back to that. They got her the most vulnerable when she had no clothes on. Everyone in there has clothes on. All right. I looked at the clip, when I was editing it, and there's no sign that she had removed her clothing or anything. I just think they took her clothes and isolated her to do this. This is the most cowardly act I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of shit. Regarding this ghetto shit. I think it's an indictment of how far we've fallen as a people. I'm serious. Every week somebody dies. Some rap bullshit. Fake rap. It's not real rap. It's rap related bullshit. Or it's, tragedies like this young lady uh, being assassinated, beaten to death for whatever reason. It don't mean shit to me. And I would hope that every last one of these people follow her to the to wherever you go when you're them. Right? I hope they would follow her. They deserve no mercy. And these men deserve even worse. Right? They deserve even worse. Especially the asshole that was in the room. Okay? Now I have to respect YouTube standards and practices. I can't say certain things that would be against those policies. But you can honestly probably guess how I feel about that. I think that one guy that was in the room should get it the worst. I think he should be treated like somebody out of pocket in the prison yard. Right? He should be treated badly, quite harshly, as Donald Trump would say. Don't treat him nicely. Please do not treat him nicely and shit. Mess up his hair a little bit. Maybe help him figure out how to cut off their goatee. Like we see a lot of niggas with these beards now. I want to cut my own fucking beard off. I want to cut my own fucking beard off. I'm so saddened. And this is an accomplishment and shit, okay? Because, as I've said before, I'm a misogynist anarchist and shit. What that means is that I have a disparaging view of today's women in our society, especially in our ethnic community. And as far as the anarchy thing goes, I really do feel like we need a reset. And this actually proves it. This proves it. We need a hard reset. A lot of these goddamn kids are, they have no training whatsoever, and they're going to other countries. A lot of these women, I'm talking about these goddamn women who sit up every day on social media and make these goddamn videos uh, trying to disparage men for traveling and seeing the world while they're doing that. And they're going over they're spreading that negative influence, that negative visual. They don't have any idea how they appear on the world stage, nor do they care if you were to sit them down and explain this to them. They probably should give you a middle finger. But they don't understand what they're doing on the world stage at this point by doing shit like this, or going over, like I have this one clip. I have a clip of a woman in I think Jamaica, like yelling at some young guys about being serviced orally. She's yelling at them, telling them that if they don't want to go down on her, they don't want a green card. I have that footage that's coming up. I want to get back to this young lady who was, mercilessly was murdered. with the impunity. One of her killers is actually offering to do interviews for money. She's posted her Cash App on the page. I think they've taken the page down now, but she posted her Cash App. If anyone wanted to talk to her about it, they could pay her to tell how she murdered, Miss Robinson. Let that sink in. All right? And then remember what I said. Don't treat them nicely. Whoever it is. Don't treat them nicely. Give them no respite. Give them no rest. Free or not free. Not one moment of peace. It's the least you could do if you respect Shanquilla Robinson. You know? And it's pretty hard for me. It's emotionally compromising for me. I don't think anyone should, I don't think anyone should go out like that. They thought they were amongst their friends, and then all of their friends pulled a Caesar, a Julius Caesar, and they all stabbed. In this case, she was beaten senseless by a big ham bone stud. I want that woman to get the payback, man. I want to share a story before I go. A long time ago in the 90s, a couple of times I went out, places I was unsure to go, but I just wanted to go have the experience. A couple of times when I went out, I wrote a note to the LAPD listing my whereabouts and the people I was with, their first and last names, and their phone numbers. And I put it in an envelope, and I taped it to my TV, and I put on there like big letters, big blocky letters, LAPD. That's what I put on there. Should I, be murdered? That's how keep your head on the swivel, thinking ahead. I was going out. I wanted to have an experience. I was unsure. Had a lot to do with my upbringing and shit. So I put a letter on my TV before I went out. Luckily, I was able to come home and take that letter off that TV. Put it up for another day. I think that if your parents out there right now, you should be downloading this footage of her, the young lady being beaten to death. I think you should download this footage and everything connected to it and show it to your children and explain to them about, what makes a friend. What is a friend? If your family doesn't know who these people are, and they have no clue and shit, they ain't your fucking friends. It's a shame. The sisters always, they make these terrorist ass emotional abusing videos and shit. Shitting on us for wanting to broaden our horizons and be more, outside of the system of this goddamn country. We take it on the nose every day. And they have freedom of movement. And this is what they go to another country and do. This is premeditated. Premeditated. You could tell from the clips. That's why I put those notes on the clips. So I put those notes there. So I wanted people to see what they were, what kind of monsters they were. And this poor girl, she didn't know she was in danger until it was too late. And I don't know what she did to make them mad enough to do that. But I got to tell you, I was in the military and everything, and I got to tell you, me and my battle brothers, we always talked about it, before, like if we were deployed and could you shoot another person? Yeah, we talked about that in the military. We don't take that shit for granted. We don't think it's Rambo or some Hollywood movie. We know it's real life because you go through that fucking training and everything, and that's not even, that's just some bullshit training and shit. Then you got the real thing coming up. And you got to reach it deep down inside you and find out who you are. It takes a lot. And I know I talked to people from all walks of life when I was in there. All right? I talked to them. And we all agreed that it takes a lot to point a weapon at someone and shoot it and kill them. It takes a lot to take a life. I don't want to think about the motivation of the woman that beat her to death and the second woman that grabbed her by the neck and threw her down on the floor. I don't want to think about that. Let them think about that. But I would hope and posit that karma finds them all wherever they are and visits upon them a righteous judgment. It's the least I could say and whatnot. You know, I'm not a member of the family and thing, but it obviously affects me and shit, which is kind of crazy, right? Shit. Misogynist, anarchist and shit, and I'm more concerned about, you know, black women than a lot of black women and shit. But I can't go out like, you know, the Godfather and shit. I can't go out like that. And I don't think I will. But I want you young guys out here, and you young ladies too, to keep your head on the swivel, okay? Please look over your shoulder. You know, when you're leaving the country, can you tell people in your family, someone that you trust, can you give them a list of the names of the people that you're with, you know, and their phone numbers, and if possible, their itinerary when they go and come back, if you even know that. Or you could put a copy of your itinerary there to match up with theirs. You know, probably would have made a little difference in bringing these people to justice that much sooner, because they murdered that girl. I just want to, once again, I want to say rest in peace.
In a rage.
Oh yeah? Yo, why is that, G?
Other races, they say we act like rats in a cage. I tried to argue, but check it. Every night in the news, we prove them suckers right, and I got the blues.
America.
Get busy, Humpty.
The red, the white, the blue, and the blue and the red for Crips and Bloods. The white for who's got you doing time. Busting caps on one another.
The underground's down for peace among brothers.
Kill a black man?
What?
Yo, what are you, retarded?
Tell them, Hump.
Yo, do you work for the Klan?
Do what you like.
Unless you like gang banging. Let's see how many brothers leave us hanging.